am with my two good friends, MC Assassin.
What's up?
And MightyShadow, who is in the party, but you can't really hear him. So, today we are gonna go over, well, I should have gone over, like, as soon as the update came out, like, what's changed in Tekken 7, and see some of the newer movesets, or combo reviews, I should put it. And we're also gonna be, and I'm also gonna be doing what I call a, how should I put it? Let's just say it's anime related. That's all I'm gonna say for that one. So first off, and like I said, I know that I'm kind of late to do a review on this.
What are you gonna do now?
On this game, or at least on the newer update. And Maze Gamer, you just showed up at the, well, you just showed up at the wrong time as soon as I started my stream. Hello?
What's up here?
I guess he had me muted or something. So anyway, first off, we are going to start off with Zafina. And with this new update, what they did is they just added a bunch of presets, mainly for clothing for every character. So, I don't know why they decide to call it the preset. I think it's stupid though, because what they should have done in each like preset for each preset instead is give like a certain character, depending on the character you chose, or give each preset a certain move that, or a certain like easy combo startup move. For anybody that wants to do combos like the easy way. But I know that would be really annoying a whole lot, because then people will just spam the same combo over and over again. But anyway, so once this game is loaded in, what's the title of your stream, Assassin?
I'm awake. I'm awake.
I'm awake.
I'm in the game at the moment.
Ah.
My character just woke up from a bad dream.
Ah. Anyway, so this first combo, it is the first combo, I don't know the name of it, but I'm just gonna call it Sample Combo 3. But basically, her combo, I would say it's a mid in accuracy and timing, because with Sample Combo 3, you can't really, it's more on depending on luck.
Time
so
to record my new YouTube video.
I thought you was making a live stream.
I am. My character has a video camera. I'm gonna make the best YouTube. I'm gonna make the best YouTube video with this. This video camera.
Yeah. Great, man. Well, as you heard, looks like Assassin is gonna have another YouTube channel within the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's just move on. As you heard, Assassin, I already showed you what Sample Combo 3 is.
Yeah.
And that was more of a mid combo, I would call it, because there is a chance that you do drop the combo before you even begin it. So but it's not that high of a chance. It happens to go with timing. Some easier combos you can do is if you have these settings where if you have the settings set up on your controller where it said like where you had assist or assists on, you can actually do like one simple combo just by pressing or holding L2, square, triangle, and X. It does a simple combo. So basically, hold on, I accidentally dropped it.
Oh great, back in school.
But
just graduated too.
I know, it's so fun.
You get the gist of it. It's been a while since I played Tekken 7, so trying to get back into it.
Jesus.
Anyway, let's go to sample combo 5. And this one's a bit trickier. At least with the last part of the combo, where you have to press back square, and then while doing that you have to hold down square and triangle at the same time as soon as you press back square. What the difficult part is that you drop the combo as soon as you press like X and circle at the same time.
Oh jeez.
So to show you the difficulty, and hopefully I can actually like pull off the move.
Welcome to the stream maze. Glad you're watching.
Oh, so you're not watching my stream? I see how it is.
Oh, are you?
Nah, I'm cooler.
But I have a lot more subscribers.
I'm not a weeb.
Don't just make anime content on my channel.
I'm not very interested in the Tekken.
I make more videos on other gaming videos than just on Tekken.
Okay, what are you doing right now?
I am playing Tekken because I missed the update.
Exactly.
But name any of my videos, any of my past videos for the past 2 months that I've done, or that I had the gameplay video on, that isn't Tekken.
I don't know.
I mean, there was the Black Desert stream you did a little bit ago, but...
Yeah, but that was several months ago.
If I still remember how to play Outlast.
I mean, like, I did a Black Ops 4 stream literally 5 weeks ago.
Isn't this the one where you, like, crash in a plane and you're, like, on a farm?
Yeah, this one has to do with like, religion and... Ooh, gotta get that shot for YouTube.
So...
Don't worry, Codsworth, I'll join you after I'm catching these peoples in my traps.
Anyway. I'm thinking of one day when Final Fantasy VII comes out, I am gonna be doing a video on that. Or at least a remake.
There we go.
Got your extra zoom.
No, I was trying to figure out how to turn on night vision.
Wait, do I have the audio thing for the party set thing? Because I swear.
It's gonna have another silent stream.
Oh, hello there. Just a warning to my viewers, this game is quite graphic, so if you are not okay with seeing blood and gore, please turn away now. And
I don't think
please,
against like guidelines.
And if it, if need be, there's always puppy therapy on YouTube.
But like,
It to be too much for you.
I'm pretty sure that most people would just click off the video if it's too much for them.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
I mean,
People
like,
try and demonetize me.
wait, since when?
Since, like, ever.
I
People get butthurt over the smallest things.
I had someone copyright strike one of my videos before over a stupid reason.
Nothing spooky has happened yet, but I just entered a ghost town. It feels like something is about to happen.
Yeah, that's the right map.
If I remember from the demo, this is like where the villagers start showing up and following me.
Yeah.
Knock knock. Coming in.
So, and for
hi.
and for anyone that is watching the stream on my side, I do have to warn you that we are gonna be going off a topic in and out. So, because this is more of a chill stream, well, that's why. So, well, on my stream it's more of a chill stream because we have the gang. Because we have the gang in the video in the live stream. So.
Jesus. No pun intended.
Wait, what?
Oh, Jesus. There's a crucified thing of Jesus right next to me.
Okay. Okay, then.
It's like, oh, Jesus. Uh-oh, I don't like you try to
So.
If you start moving, I'll kick your ass. Oh, hi! Hello, sir. Just going this way. Oh, good, you're gonna disappear into the shadows. What the fuck? Did they just kill a cow? Yep, that's definitely a cow with its guts on display. Tasty. Warning, there was no animals hurt in the making of this stream.
Am I lying?
Hello?
Hello?
Is anyone in there?
Oh. Wanna know what would be the worst thing to ever happen? Though, in the middle of a stream, in the middle of a horror games stream.
Have a dog come up right next to you and lick the back of your hand, making you smack them.
Well, that. And probably having a burglar break into your house while you stream and sneak up behind you. Oh yeah, and by the way, guys, one day I will go back to my regular videos.
Oh, that got me.
Soon. I will go, for any of my subscribers that are watching, I will, one of these days I will be going back to making my regular videos and not make as much live streams. So for any of you guys that keep on asking me, hey, where's my intro ad? Oh, like, hey, where's my intro ad and all that?
I do not like this. Wait, is someone following me? Is someone following me?
Wait.
I hear rustling.
Oh, there.
Okay, demonic chanting. Nice.
Hey, Maze Gamer, can you hear my audio through Assassin's like stream? Like from his side of the YouTube stream?
It's the babby.
Ah. I just realized that Asuka is wearing a maid outfit.
Oh, that is not okay.
I literally just realized that she's wearing a maid outfit while fighting. Why did I even choose this preset?
Oh. I know from experience from Outlast 1, I'm trying not to use my night vision so much. Because it's going to eat away at the camera battery. Okay, yeah, this is great.
So, anyway, how about just move on to the very next topic that I usually start on my stream, at least at some point at the end, towards the end of my stream. But, anyway, so...
Oh, hello, lady. Please don't hurt me. I'm just gonna walk past you. No! Nope, she has a pickaxe.
Since my YouTube channel is majority about anime and video games, I decided to come up with a new video idea. Or new idea for my videos in terms for the anime side of things. Which is, unfortunately, Ragged Assassin isn't, unfortunately, no matter how many times I try to invite Ragged Assassin, he rarely shows up on the stream, so we could do the who would win debate. So until then, I'm gonna put my own 2 cents on, or at least try to do this debate. We'll put my own 2 cents on who would win in a fight, and then whoever wants to join in can join in. Is it alright with you, Assassin? Hello?
Hello.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
But is it alright with you?
Sure.
So today's request, and it's been a while since I've done a video or a debate, anime debate topic, is I am gonna do, and again, Assassin, you may have to join in on this because I don't know that much about One Piece.
Really?
I don't know much about One Piece.
Are you serious?
Or the... Wait, what? But anyway, as I was saying, so you may have to join in though, because I do not know that much about One Piece about character stats and all that.
Right.
So we are going to be using Luffy versus, and let's see who would match up against him. Oh, I got it. What about Dio? Vampire Dio, to be precise. So, or not Vampire Dio, but like Dio when he gets his stand, I should say. So, before I, so you, anyway, so before going into, so can you explain a little, so can you explain a little bit about Luffy that I should know in terms of stats?
Well, One Piece stats are normally kept pretty ambiguous.
Huh. And ambiguous mean?
They never really go into a whole lot of detail about like actual stats. It kind of fluctuates back and forth.
I mean, like I know some of Luffy's abilities, though, like the fact that he can turn his arms into a cannonball, or like what? And that's only from and that's only because I only seen a little bit of One Piece and played like some of the games, including J-Star.
Not quite. That's a mixture of his gear third, which is inflating his bones with air to become giant, and then also like using armament hockey, which is a power that everyone in One Piece has to harden his skin.
Huh.
I gotta duck out for a minute. I got to go somewhere.
Alright.
So I'll continue the stream when I get back.
Alright. So while we're waiting for Assassin to be back, I guess I can talk about a little bit about Dio with his stand. So, okay. So the first thing that I want to talk or say is, or put in as a disclaimer, is that I do not know much about Dio. So other than like what his stand is, other than the fact that he can stop time, or that his stand allows him to stop time, and the fact that, and a little bit of his backstory, but you may have to ask Assassin for more details on his backstory thing, but well, I think that who would win, if you take into account that Dio can stop time, though, I'm gonna guess that like the timing that it would take him to stop time, which I'm only going by like the video game logic, I would say Luffy most likely would win, or have a better chance of winning, though. But it depends on if Luffy, to me it depends on like how fast Dio can use his time stop ability along with his stand, though, and if he can actually use it during the fight, if Luffy and Dio were in a fight, were to battle it out. So in my opinion, I think if like, let's say Luffy was smart enough to not let Dio get any chance to use his stand, or very much of his stand, that Luffy would win. But if we have to go with like how long, like, but if it's more of a timed battle where if like, let's say Luffy give Dio way too much time, then Dio would win. I can see how both sides could win, though. But anyway, but that's all I know about about the two characters. I probably should have chosen a character that, or two characters from a franchise that I know most about, or know more about. So, hey, Maze Gamer, welcome back.
My PlayStation died.
So,
Been doing that recently.
Well, Assassin said that he'd be right back, so... Anyway, when he comes back, I'm gonna ask him what his 2 cents on who he would think who would win between, if it was in a fight, either Luffy from One Piece or Dio from JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Which I already put my 2 cents in and said that the fight would go either way, and depending how smart both the characters are.
Round 1. Fight.
But you know, I'm beginning to really think that this... Let me go back to character select. I'm beginning to think that the whole... I still don't know why this character is... Is there any other character... Or is there any other outfit that I can choose? School outfit? No. What the heck? She look... Her character looks like that her character could have been from like the Sengoku era, or from the Meiji, or from basically the era where Oda Nobunaga used to like the, or what I call the Oda Nobunaga era, because I do not remember if he is from the Sengoku era or the Meiji era. But basically part of her outfit though looks kind of like it's from that time. But anyway, what about I'm beginning to think that... What the heck? Oh boy. The one thing that I really wish that they added to Tekken 7 is that since they added Akuma, they should have added Ryu, or Ken Masters, or Goken, for that matter. Actually, no, they should have added Goken along with Akuma in Tekken 7. Because that would actually be something that I would do like a video on, like a Tekken 7 video on, like who would win in a fight, like old style, Goken or Akuma. But because, you know, since Akuma kills Goken in Street Fighter. Is something wrong with your internet?
No, I think my PlayStation just overheats. I might need to get the fan adaptation. I might just get like a Slim. Cause this is like the really old model.
Well, why not just buy like an intercooler or something? Because I have a really old model, but all I use is like an intercooler to put on my PS4s to keep it cool, and at least cool enough to where it doesn't overheat as much.
Round 1. Fight.
So Anyway, so so oh yeah, by the way, one of my future videos that I will do, which isn't gonna be till next month, make up your one of my future videos that I will do, which isn't gonna be till next month, is I will gonna be doing a Code Vein walkthrough. Like, that's the one game that I will do a walkthrough on, at least till like Resident Evil Project Resistance comes out. Then I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos on that game. I mean, like, yeah, Project Resistance is like a co-op game, but it's, I mean, like, it's something. I mean, like, it's definitely something. I mean, like, part of my channel is, well, other than Tekken and fighting games, other than Tekken, fighting games, and anime, my YouTube channel is also about Resident Evil, is also partially a Resident Evil channel, and a little bit of a Call of Duty channel. So that's what my YouTube channel mostly is. Every now and then I will do like a sort of a YouTube, more like a YouTube news thing, like a news, like whatever. It's like a sort of like a news thing, as long as it revolves around like either YouTube, gaming, or anime related topics. Like, for example, which I am gonna say this though, because and it's really getting really annoying, is I made a video or a live stream. Is that I made a video the other day talking about a certain YouTuber who got in quite a bit of trouble and who's also a hypocrite. What I found out though today is the channels that I found, that I basically found out that was also doing videos on the same thing. Turns out, yeah, like, this is where I would say you cannot be, where YouTubers are basically hypocrites though. Where the majority of YouTube, or at least if they have too much fame go to their head, though, or YouTube go to their head, or basically if they have YouTube go to their head, they'll do some really bad stuff on a platform against other YouTubers, and then when they try to expose them, they end up becoming the very thing that they become basically the one thing that they're exposing the other YouTubers on. Which you can probably say that this live stream is a bit of a follow-up from the live stream that I made before, but all I have to say is, for anybody that's basically, now, I already made a video on, or live stream on NBA, and how much of a hypocrite he is, and how, like, fake that, or how fake he is, basically, when it comes to what he calls like anime reviews and all that. But another YouTuber called Senpai's Home made a interesting live stream today, which all I would have to say seems to me that part of that after live stream, all I have to say is wasn't really all that truthful, though. Part of it was, but yet he would go on another, or to me, on another YouTuber's live stream, and or not another YouTuber's live stream, but yeah, he would make videos on someone who already got into a lot of crap from YouTube itself, from a video or from a live stream that he's done, but yet he's still willing to kick a dead horse on, even though. And I'm not gonna say too much about it. I'm not gonna like talk too much about it because I'm not that type of channel. Well, that, and because I just seen most, and the other thing is I've just seen most of the stream. I haven't finished fully watching the last few moments of the stream, so. But anyway, that's all I'm gonna have to say. And also, for anybody that is wondering, for some of my subscribers that is wondering, why don't I cover more YouTube news topics and stuff like that? Well, here's the reason. For one, again, my channel isn't really like a drama channel at all. I meant, like, yeah, I may talk about, like, yeah, my channel may talk about things that, like, let's say that you would hear on the news or semi in the mainstream media, but that's only if it's a topic that is really important and that actually pertains to what my channel is mostly about. Like for instance, there was a guy named Akiko in Japan who I did really make a video on this though, or talking about this whole thing, but there was. And I think that was, and the thing that happened last year, where there was some guy in Japan that decided to marry his hologram toy of Hatsune Miku. And yes, and by the way, this is old news that I did not get to talk on my channel when the news was new. But I decided to bring it up now because, we'll talk about it now because, well, for one thing, mainly because I wasn't able to talk about it before, and it's something that I basically missed, or sort of missed. So, yeah, there's a guy in Japan, and I forgot which part of Japan, and it was on the news too, or on the mainstream media. Well, there was a news article, and another YouTuber called Asian Boss did an interview with the guy, which I also recently watched the interview. And it was just so cringy too. Like, it was just so cringy in the video. Like, for example, for one, in the video, as soon as the interviewer and Akiko walk into his house, the first thing that he does was to say hi to his toy hologram. And, okay. I meant, like, that's. Now, the one thing I do have to say is that it's one thing if you like, let's say, it's one thing like, let's say you made a joke about like a certain character from either a show or like a internet or like a fictional internet idol or whatever, and you made a joke, or if you made a joke that or if you made like a joke though saying that, oh, you're gonna like marry this like character or something like that, which people do that, but actually actually doing something like that is just no. Basically, it just is way too far. It's one thing if it's a joke, but it's another thing if you actually went through with it. And my only question is, how the heck is anyone okay with him like wasting everyone's time setting up I can't imagine going to a wedding and then you expect and then you expect let's say you go to a wedding, and let's say the bride or groom is like a freaking electronic toy, and you thought that the bride or groom is like human and not an electronic or a fictional character. The look on your face would be like, what the heck? So yeah, but
I'm pretty sure your audio's off too.
Wait, who are you talking to?
Talking to the other one. I'm talking to Codsworth. My help.
Anyway.
My helpful robot butler.
Anyway. But, yeah, as I was saying, like
There's
the whole...
two games. The first game I got on the menu. The first game was crappy, because I got onto the Stranger Things...
But anyway, as I was saying, and I don't know if you hear Maze Gamer's audio or not, but if you couldn't, the reason why I was quiet is because he was kind of in the middle of a conversation. So, but anyway, as I was saying, so the interview that Asian Boss did with the guy was like, it was really cringy to watch. That's all I have, that's basically describes it. It's really cringy to watch. But it's just as cringy as it's just as, well, I wouldn't really, actually it's a lot more cringy than anime hood YouTube videos or anime way too far videos that you see on YouTube, where it's there's a guy that basically there's basically, how should I say, people that just takes anime way too far and video games way too far. If you just type in people who take anime way too far or anime way too far on the YouTube search engine, there's loads of videos of it. Or people taking video games way too far. again, like I said, it's the whole, what the guy did in Japan, the marrying a toy hologram, is way beyond cringy. Is way beyond cringe. In fact, even the interview was even more cringy than reading the news article about it. Like, yeah, like, oh yeah, Maze Gamer. Is he, hold on. Does he have me muted? Hold on, I'm sending him a message. But, yeah. I mean, like... Ah, crap. Hold on. Trying to send a message. How do I... Hey, how do I type out this? Oh. Yeah. So anyway, moving on. So another topic thing that I want to talk about is let's see. Another what could be else that well dang it, what was that I was about to say? There was another topic that I was about to get into. Oh yeah. So, oh yeah. My whole rant on, oh yeah, a rant that I'm gonna be doing on Xenoverse 2. I mean, a rant that I should have done a long time ago, but for some reason I never got a chance to go around to do a rant on the game Xenoverse 2, or Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Along with another rant of another game, which basically, which I'm gonna be, actually I'm just gonna stick with Xenoverse 2, with the Xenoverse 2 rant, and if the thought comes back on my mind again on the other game that I'm also gonna be doing a rant on, I do it. But anyway, so Xenoverse 2. Absolutely love the game. So, however, I do have a few problems with the game itself, and a little bit with Bandai. So, one thing I do want to, so, number one problem, or the first problem, how come when you creating how come all the other characters, like Majin Buu, like a Majin Buu character, a Namekian character, they have transformations. They have like their own like transformations that give them like basically a boost, a huge boost. Like the Majin Buu characters, basically with the purification ability, turns a Majin character into a Buu character, just with a different skin color. Unless if you make like the exact copy of, like, unless if you like one of those people that make the exact same character from the show or from a character that's already been in the video game, then whatever. But like, for example, so the Namekian characters in custom created characters in Xenoverse 2 can go giant. The Majin Buu characters can turn into Kid Buu, but yet for the Saiyans, at least with the tails, though, like you don't have an option to, like, if you have a Saiyan character, you don't have the option to go to Ozada. Like, you can go into Super Saiyan, but you can't get the option to go to Ozada if as an option. They, like, Bandai added to the ability to go giant for the Namekian race in the game, but not the ability to turn into a giant ape with a Saiyan, with a tail. How does that make any sense? Like, okay, like what they should have done, and yes, I know I have the game paused, but it's kind of hard to talk while me playing the game at the same time. Which like I said, I will be going back into my normal videos and not very much of live streams. Though, due to the fact that I can't really gather as much of my thoughts as I would when I'm live streaming without pausing the game that I'm using as a background. So, that's the one, like, anyway, as I was saying, so, Xenoverse 2, they, like, that is one of the problems. That is one of the problems that made no sense whatsoever. I meant, think about it. For the Saiyan custom created characters, they added Super Saiyan 1, 2, and Super Saiyan 2 and 3. They added Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, and then they added SS Blue Evolved on top of that later in the update. But yet still they never added an option to the game to go into Great Ape for the Saiyan characters. Like, they added, and yet like, it's a minor problem, but it's like, okay, so you would give this character like an ability that matches their race or in a game from the show, but yet you don't give like the same treatment. I mean, like, just the other thing. So moving on, number 2 of a problem that I had with Xenoverse 2. There's no difficulty settings at all when it comes to parallel quests, because most of the parallel quests, at least with the newer ones, with the DLC, at least the ones with the DLC, or some of the ones, or at least some of it from the DLCs, it's almost nearly impossible to complete by yourself, unless if you're lucky enough to complete it. Or because here's an here's an example. So one of the parallel quests in Xenoverse 2 is that you have to defeat Broly from the Dragon Ball Super movie, along with Super Saiyan Blue, Goku, and Vegeta, along with Cabba, Kefla, Goten, Beerus, etc., etc. Like all those other characters. But yet, at the same time, you also have Broly on your team not from the Dragon Ball Super movie, but from like the other Broly movies. Who, by the way, you barely can keep him alive, though. You can barely, which by the way, you have to keep his health like at half or above half in order to get an ultimate finish, or in order to unlock certain skills or in order to unlock the skills that I was about to go into next. Like, for example, so the two skills that you can get in the game by getting ultimate finish and also keeping Broly's health above half or exactly at half without taking any more damage is you could get Kefla's move, which is, I think, gigantic. Oh no, not Kefla's move, but Broly's move from Dragon Ball Super, which is the Gigantic War, which does a crap tons of damage. Another thing too is you also get Gogeta, Super SS Blue Gogeta's like ultimate. Or is it Vegito? I think it's Gogeta. I just keep on getting, like, whenever I see one though Vegeta or Gogeta in the show, I always get mixed up with I always get both their names mixed up. Because they didn't, like, this is where I, like, kind of ask, what was the animators and what was the animators thinking of naming the characters, of not changing one of the characters' names to something different. I mean, like, I get that, like, they're both the fusion of both, like, of what I call two most overpowered characters in all of shonen. But, well, other than One Punch Man, but I'm not counting Saitama from One Punch Man because he's a shonen character, but he's more of I call a gag character, meaning he's mainly because his character it's basically something to be used as more of a joke. Like, for example, you have Gintoki from Gintama, who is a joke character, meaning that he's basically, if you were to, let's say, have a debate on who would win in the fight, like, let's say you choose, like, Gintoki versus, like, another character or a character from a movie or TV show, let's say Alien, for example. Let's just say Alien from the Alien movies, for example. If there was a fight between the two, 99% of the time, Gintoki would break the fourth wall and win. 99% of the time. Mainly because he's a joke character. I mean, like, for anyone that watches Gintama, he breaks the fourth wall a lot, like Deadpool. And sometimes the third wall. But he majority breaks like the fourth wall most of the time. Or that's where the show is kind of based around on, because it's more of a joke. It's supposed to be funny, where compared to like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and all the others, it's based around story. So, anyway, moving on. So, another thing that I find wrong about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, which again, I like playing, which again, I like the game Xenoverse 2, but it has some problems that is concerning, and not really much of concern, but why? Well, it's a little bit concerning. Like, for example, the difficulty, like I said, the difficulty in the parallel quests. Why not have like a difficulty change or option to change the difficulty in the parallel quests? Though, because, like, for example, most of the characters that you fight with in like the upper parallel quests that you have to keep alive above a certain health, you can bet like they barely do that much damage against like the enemies, but yet their health ends up draining down a lot more faster than normal. Like, they're basically like people who plays a shooting or like a first-person shooter game or a fighting game, and then immediately as soon as they join join a public match, they instantly lose the match as soon as like they entered the match. That's how bad the computers are when it comes to the health of having for a teammate on parallel quests that basically you have to protect them in. Like, and the thing is that, and I'm only complaining about the ones that you have no choice but to win the match. Like, I don't care about the ones that this character dies, so it doesn't really affect the match. Like, I don't really care about that one. The one that I wish that it fixed is the ones that you have to keep alive. The ones that you have to keep alive in order to get like a Z rank or ultimate finish. That's the one that I wish Bandai had fixed. The other thing too is that people also been complaining about something about netcode, which in the game, but I'm not going to put that on the list because I don't really play Xenoverse 2 when it comes to like online rank matches or anything. I mainly play offline. But anyway, so I'm not gonna like talk about the whole netcode thing because for one, I don't know that much about it. Two, I don't know how it would affect the game, though, in any way. Another thing. Oh yeah, so another thing. So, which is DLC Rise, or the latest DLC Rise, I should say, is, I would say DLC 9 is another problem, which I've made a video on before about it, but it was in Japanese, but now you can just call it as the English version of my rant on DLC 9. Mainly because I forgot to add in subtitles when I was making the Japanese version of the video. So, DLC 9, I think was a complete disaster. I think DLC 9 was a complete disaster to me. note, I did like the fact that they added the ability to go into SS Blue Evolve, though for Saiyan characters. But yet, here's one other thing. It's not really that much different. Like it doesn't really change a whole lot for the Saiyan characters, for your custom Saiyan characters, though. It doesn't boost the stats in any sort of way. All it does is just drain the ki a lot. Just drain the ki tremendously, like they're using you're using an ultimate. But yeah, it doesn't really do that much damage. It actually does just as much damage as just regular SS Blue. Which that was one disappointment. Like, what is the point of adding a new transformation for a character, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything, or it doesn't really do very much of anything. Though, like, it doesn't. But anyway, the other problem is why add 2 Vegetas? Why add 2 Vegetas? First off, I meant, like, for one thing, there's already like a Vegeta and a Gogeta. There's already a Vegeta and Gogeta, and you already have Vegeta as a playable character in the game. Both Majin Vegeta and regular Vegeta. But yeah, Bandai added Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Evolved Vegeta. Even though there's already a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, a freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta again, and then Vegito, and then Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Like, why re-add the same character, just in different forms? If you could just add, like, what they could have done is you could customize like the characters in the roster, or your mentors. You could already customize the mentors in the roster. So why not add newer moves to that option, and then just choose that said character that's already added in the game? Because at first, when DLC 9 was first announced, I thought they was gonna do something different than just adding characters in. But nope, they didn't really do much. They added newer moves, yes. They added newer moves, basically moves that you'll get and basically some of the moves that you'll get anyways by just playing the newer DLC characters. And yet some of the moves, though, like one of Vegeta's charging move, where it rapidly charges his ki or whatever, you can't even use that for your custom created character. And the burst charge is completely useless, because not only that it slows down at first, it's also useless in battle, because if you're using it in a match, though, your opponent can attack you while you're trying to charge. So that's only half of the problems with the newer characters that they with DLC 9. The other half. So yet they wouldn't add Top or Dispo or any of the other like characters that can actually fight from the show. They decided to add Ribrianne, who I call a joke character. Basically a joke character to me. A character who, like, I would even equip some of her movesets on my character because, like, her movesets was just too stupid. And not only that, like, her movesets would take way too long to charge up and use. So I would even, like, use her movesets at all. Unless if I'm playing, like, let's say, I may use one of her movesets, though, but that's only, like, freaking, what do you call it? I think, like, one of those special, like, missions, though, that you can do in the game, like, let's say, that you unlock raid boss skills that to use either in practice mode or to use in like an online player versus player, basically 1v5 where you basically become the enemy and get an insane amount of health and damage boost. I forgot what it's called, but oh yeah, and that's another thing that I want to bring up too. So, other than DLC 9 being a huge disappointment, another disappointing thing, which they should have done, which Bandai should have done, is add the option to use raid boss moves, not just in like special mission or special or one of those special matches or in practice mode, but the ability to be able to use raid boss moves in parallel quests, like limited to where you can't use it in an online ranking match, but they should have at least allowed players to use raid boss moves, though in parallel quests as well as story mode missions. Because they added way too much of a limit. For it to be used in a regular online match, in like one of those like raid boss match things, though, which means, and it's perfect in a raid boss match, but it's completely useless. But it's basically completely useless though in a practice match, because what's the point of practicing a move that you can never even use in a game, in any other parts of the game except for 2 places? Or here's another thing. They should have added the ability to make the raid boss, or made the raid boss thing offline, to play offline as well, like against bots. Like, think of how much fun that would be. Because setting like the whole raid boss thing only to just online is actually a bit unfair to those that just want to play offline against bots and not against other players. And what would happen if like the Zooniverse server goes down, huh? And you want to play the raid boss mode? Well, unfortunately, you won't be able to play against bots because they completely made the thing to where you have to play against other players instead of playing against bots. I mean, like, you can go into practice mode, but it just repeats every but all it is just a tutorial mode.
Hola.
こんにちは. I don't speak Mandarin. Well, I only know 2 words in Mandarin, which is 谢谢 and 你好. Which both means thank you and hi. Well, 谢谢 means thank you and 你好 means hi. Anyway, I just got done while he was gone for so long. I just got done explaining to my viewers basically things I find wrong in Xenoverse 2 that I wish that Bandai fix.
Hey guys, sorry about cutting the stream short. I have some stuff to take care of. But I am back now, and we will continue the spookiness.
Hey, did you just leave your live stream on the whole time?
No, I cut it. Like, I stopped the stream while I was gone. I just picked the stream back up.
But anyway, so that's what I was talking to about my viewers on the other side while I was waiting for you to come back, and Maze Gamer keeps on lagging in and out of the party. Something about his PS4 overheating.
He's having technical difficulties.
Anyway, so as I was saying before you left, Adi explained on who I think would win between like Luffy and Dio if it was a fight. And what I said is it could go either way because depending on how smart both the characters are in terms of fighting.
I mean, if we're talking about like current Luffy and Dio, then Luffy would win.
I mean, like, I'm not including Vampire Dio, though. I'm including the one where he can stop time with his stand.
Yeah, I know.
But what I know about Luffy is from what I've seen from season 1, 2, 3, and obviously from playing Jump Force and J-Star. So, what'd you say that Luffy would win?
Well, when you factor in his 4th gear into the equation, then like he would have a clear way to defeat Dio.
But the reason why I said that either one could win is because, and I'm going off of by the video game from like the video game logic of JoJo, though, because if I went off of like Jump Force, though, it's not going to be as accurate as like, let's say, from the video game of JoJo. So, like, for example, if Luffy, let's say, waited too long, and Dio decides to use his stand and use his time stop ability, then Dio would have an upper hand, because if Dio activated his time stop ability way before, like, Luffy would be able to do anything to stop it, he'd be just frozen in time. So that's what I think. But if, like, let's say Luffy acts fast enough before I know that.
I mean, actually, if you're going off of part 6, it's 15 seconds.
But
I mean, time, you learn to master a stand.
But either way, By the way, I still made my point. But anyway, but if Luffy acts fast enough, and before Dio uses his time stop ability, then Luffy would win.
Well, I mean, it depends on what you're referring to. Like, if you're talking about, like...
I'm talking about part
Dio...
one, I'm talking about, like, part 1 Luffy versus, like, Dio when he gets his stand.
Well, yeah, Luffy at the beginning of the series would lose Dio, but if we're talking current Luffy, like Luffy that's, you know, caught up with, like, the anime and manga, and, like, Luffy knows about him, then Luffy could just cover his body in hockey, and then Dio couldn't do anything to him.
Oh, anyway. But, okay, so, what text? I wasn't near my phone. Hold on. I wasn't near my phone because I was still in the Deku at 100% versus Naruto or something like. Oh boy. So you really want me to go into that, huh? Shadow?
Yeah, Deku at full power, like I'm saying, like when he mastered all the power. Like, granted, that's not where he is right now, but I'm saying when he gets all the power at 100%.
Well, that's yet to be seen, because, like, he would have to get there even, like, in the manga first to say for sure.
Well, how about this? Because I don't think that that would be a fair fight if Deku went against Naruto. Not saying that... I mean, like, if you're just going off of who had the most arsenals, though, and how effective it would be. So how about Deku versus... Have you ever watched... How about Deku versus Natsu?
Natsu.
From Fairy Tail. So how should we start off the scaling between the two characters?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I guess we could start off with, like, I guess we can scale, I guess we can use part 1 Deku versus part 1 Natsu.
And that would clearly be Natsu.
Yeah, because part 1 Deku, every time he uses power, he always broke a bone.
Well,
he doesn't stop breaking bones until halfway through part 2, when he learns how to use full power.
Okay. Or
even then, he still, like, breaks his body when he uses it.
If he goes past 5%. It's not until part 3 where he can do at least 8% of his power.
That's only at the end when he's using shoot style.
Yeah, that's also when he gets that shoot style. Where he uses his feet instead of his fist.
Okay, so how about Saitama from One Punch Man? Deku versus Saitama. And yes, I'm...
Are you serious? He's one punch man. He's a one punch.
I'm like...
Saitama would win.
I'm like, he's a guy...
Saitama would definitely win. He could literally just one punch anything. He could probably kick Goku's ass.
Actually, he did... Well, the one character that he did with quite one punch, even though he technically did, but not quite, is... I don't remember the name of the boss that name of the antagonist that he was fighting in Season 1, or at the end of Season 1.
I would stay clear of that. Shadow hasn't finished watching Season 1.
Oh. So I'm not gonna say anything much more about his character. But anyway, I mean, like, if you... No, the reason why I said that is because it's either Saitama or Gintoki or Ariel. Because if, like, for example, if it was like Goku versus Deku, that won't be a fair match either, if you actually think about it. Because thinking of how, like, wild and how big power scaling is in Dragon Ball compared to My Hero Academia, it wouldn't even be a fair fight. Unless if you were to say, let's say, unless if you, let's say, compare, who would, unless if you compare, like, let's say Yamcha or Tien versus Deku, or Krillin versus Deku, then obviously Deku would win. Probably not very much of Part 1 Deku because, you know, of the problem of him breaking his bones every single time he uses his uses All Might's quirk.
Oh, that's hot.
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Trust me, if you can see what I can see. Oh, ow, my face.
But anyway, any other
That's like my
suggestions?
best feature.
Anyway, any other suggestions?
No, not really.
Okay, so, like, you have seen the anime Future Diary, haven't you?
I own it.
Well, the next anime topic or kind of debate of who would win is Yukiteru Amano from Future Diary. Wait, what? Oh, I meant to exit out of my messenger thing. But anyway, so Yukiteru Amano versus what's one show that all of us know, that all of us seen? What character from what show? Any suggestions?
No, not really. Breaking into everyone's house.
I'm trying to think of a movie that isn't on an anime base, because I can think of one character though from one anime that you can go against, but I haven't really done a debate on or chosen any character that isn't from an anime yet.
There we go.
So let's see.
This must be one great waterproof camera.
Okay, so have you guys ever watched the Final Destination movies?
Yeah.
Have you seen Final now?
I've seen all of them.
Alright, I'm gonna choose the main character from Final Destination 4. You know, the guy that his precognition ability kicked up at the race car track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using him though for this one, because honestly, I haven't done a debate in a while that use like a normal movie character. The majority of the time I used either like a character from a video game or from an anime or from a manga. So, but how this debate is gonna go is we're gonna set the scenario to like where they don't fight each other, but how many like who would survive the most in between against freak accidents. So, and for this one I will implement, you know, Gasai, because, you know, why not?
Well, if you're gonna put Yuno in there, then obviously Yuki would win.
I mean, like,
Yuki would kill the other person before like, they even had a chance.
I mean, like, I'm not saying in the matter of them killing each other, more like surviving a death game. Where, let's say, there's things coming after them to kill them. Like, who would survive first? What would be the last one to survive?
Yeah, Yuki, or Yuno would just kill anything that went after Yuki.
Okay, but what if it killed her?
She was Yuno motherfucking Gasai. She's not gonna die.
But, like, she died in the show.
Yes, in the finale.
But
when the plot needed her to die.
Oh, so you're gonna use plot armor?
Oh.
Anyway.
Well,
no,
she let Yuki kill her.
True.
She's not gonna just let anyone kill her.
Yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, I think that the main character from Final Destination 4 is gonna win, is gonna be the last one to survive. In my opinion. Main reason why is because if you take into account, like for Yuki and Yuno, both have to rely on their cell phones in order to predict the future. The main character from Final Destination 4 doesn't have to rely on a cell phone. He could just see either the person around him death or his own.
That's not how it works.
Or I know how it works. It's just that I'm just using that as like an example. So for this scenario, let's just say that he can basically see into the future of everybody, of any danger that comes around him, or anybody else's future, not just in not just in certain people's order of how they're supposed to die if they already survived the first encounter against death. So, if you add in that limit, though, from Final Destination 4, then yeah, Yuno and Yuki would be the last two standing. But if you take away that limit, then the main character from Final Destination 4 would be the last one standing and not die from any freak accident. Where if you take away like Yuno and Yuki's phone away from them, the one thing that allows them to see into to predict the future, like how they're gonna predict what's going to happen next without it being too obvious. You see what I'm getting at?
Mm-hmm.
So, who would you think without the
know.
Final Destination limit? So, yeah. Okay, how about this? And this is a gaming related, and this is more of a what if. scenario. What if you could have... What if all of us were stuck in Dead by Daylight and the killer could be anybody from any anime? Who would you think that all of us would easily survive against or go up against first?
Yeah, I'm getting a
I
sled.
don't know.
Huh? From any, like, shonen anime.
I don't know. I'm more focused on my game right now.
Shut up. If, let's say, if all of us is inside of, let's say all of us is in, what if all of us is inside of Dead by Daylight? And we have to choose, and we get to choose whoever from a shonen anime that to be the killer. Who would you think who we would face against first? Or how about this? How about the easiest one to go against first? Which no, I would say Light Yagami. Because
Why? But Light Yagami wouldn't even have to chase you down. You'd literally just have to write your name.
yeah, but the other thing too is that but Light doesn't have the Shinigami eyes, so he would have to learn about everyone's name first before he can write it down. Or else, if he just writes down a name and it's not the name of the person of his target, he could accidentally kill the wrong person, or the death note wouldn't really work. And on top of that, if we added the fact that Ryuk wouldn't really join in, wouldn't really be involved of helping Light, that means Light would be way too easily taken out. Though, because then all you have to do is just gang up on him, or sneak right behind him, when Ryuk isn't looking. Or simply don't let him find out about your name. But if we have to choose a character from Death Note, I guess the hardest character from Death Note to go against would be at least Misa, because she basically has the Shinigami eyes that Light Yagami doesn't have. So she can basically just look at a character and find out what their lifespan and name is. But anyway, why'd you say Goku in the first place, Shadow? Like, he would be extremely hard to beat.
I was making a joke because Goku's other powers.
Yeah. Okay, web. Oh yeah, so I asked the same question to. So I asked the same question to someone I know at work, and you want to know what his answer was? Of who he would think would win and catch everybody in Dead by Daylight? Shadow. You wanna know the one thing that my one coworker said that he said that he think that he's gonna catch, the one character that he said that he think that he's gonna catch everybody in and be able to beat everybody in Dead by Daylight if everyone was sucked in? Have you ever watched Food Wars, by the way? Alright, do you know Soma? My one coworker said that Soma would beat everyone and catch everyone and kill everyone in Dead by Daylight. Like, how does that even work? First off, he doesn't even have any powers. He's a freaking cook. So, how does that even work? I mean, like, you can chase down someone with a knife, but even still, like, he would be way too easy to beat. Where if he said, like, no, if he said, like, let's say, and like a video game or a movie character like Alien, that would be a different story, because Alien would be quite hard to deal with in Dead by Daylight. Granted, not as hard as he would be to deal with than Predator. But he'd be kind of difficult. So, anyway, this is Akirathenephilim, and I talk to you guys later. Bye.